Hey guys, Ricky from WatchMojo here. Today, we're taking a look at the top 10 games of 2019 that we're worried might suck. We're looking at games coming out next year that have us the most nervous. And while we'd love to be pleasantly surprised by any of these titles, we're hoping the developers hear our concerns before the games are released. Now let's take a look at the list. Number 10, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Not much is known about Respawn Entertainment's Star Wars game, other than it's a story-driven game set after Episode 3. But just the fact that EA is involved causes some concern. None of us want to relive the problems that came with Battlefront 2. And the fact that they shut down Visceral Games because their single-player Star Wars game was reportedly not as monetizable as FIFA doesn't fill us with hope.
Yeah!
With Respawn Entertainment of Titanfall fame at the helm, fans can no doubt expect some addicting gameplay. But Titanfall isn't exactly known for its strong story elements. Here's hoping we get a look at it soon to better wrap our heads around it.
I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so.
Number 9, Bubsy, Paws on Fire.
I'm back. Hey, buddy.
If you're familiar with Bubsy the Bobcat, you probably already know his latest entry may end up sucking. Ever since his debut in 1993, Bubsy has grown in notoriety for featuring slippery controls, incredibly annoying voiceover work, and an all-around bland art style.
I'm gonna knit the biggest sweater ever!
After a 20-year hiatus following a disastrous leap into 3D, Bubsy returned in an entirely forgettable 2017 platformer. And his latest entry now looks like it's an auto-running platformer. Though that could be because Choice Provisions, the talent behind the Bit Trip series, is developing this one. While their games are great, we're not sure if Bubsy can really be saved.
Bubsy, Paws on Fire!
Number 8, Shenmue III. A game getting delayed is certainly not a guarantee that it will be disappointing, but this long-awaited third entry has other worrisome things stacked against it. The first two games debuted on the Sega Dreamcast and have amassed a cult following over the years. And while series director Yu Suzuki has always envisioned more story than he was able to tell, the lack of real gameplay footage so far is a legitimate concern. The game reportedly has a way smaller budget than the original games too, which is certainly an uphill battle for the team. The gaming industry has come a long way in the past 2 decades, so this will need to be more than just a story continuation. Number 7, Days Gone. The idea of another zombie survival game didn't exactly break ground when it was unveiled at E3 2016.
Come on!
Despite the PS4's positive track record as of late, and the fact that the gameplay will probably be fun enough as players mow down waves of zombies, at this point, it doesn't seem to be adding anything we haven't seen before. We'll control a generic rebellious male who lives by his own code, fights the undead, and rides around on a customizable motorcycle. Yippee! It also doesn't bode well that Sony has notably reduced the amount of marketing this game is getting as of late, especially seeing that it was scarcely shown at E3 2018.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Number 6, Control. If you found Quantum Break to be one of the more disappointing games of 2016, then you probably aren't too excited by Remedy Entertainment's next release. Control will follow Jessie Faden as she navigates through a dangerous government facility, taking out foes with psychic powers and a shape-shifting handgun. The visuals will no doubt impress, but so did those in Quantum Break, which some felt to be a bit generic otherwise. Everything from the graphics to the gameplay of Control looks like it was lifted from their previous title, which doesn't instill the highest of hopes. Here's hoping it will offer something a little more fresh. Number 5. Team Sonic Racing. While Sonic has starred in his fair share of racing games prior, they weren't exactly up to the Mario Kart standards. The newest entry will have the appeal of cooperative play, as players race in teams rather than solo. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be much offered to bring fans in. A demo at E3 2018 left some underwhelmed, from lackluster power-ups to a bland racer lineup. And now with Crash Bandicoot bringing back his kart racing series, it's likely that Sonic will be the one left in the dust. Number 4. Crackdown 3.
Bullseye! Vortex cannon! See ya!
The most troublesome development cycle a game has had in recent years belongs to that of Crackdown 3. Announced all the way back at Microsoft's 2014 E3 conference, the game has experienced a multitude of setbacks. Promises of fully destructible environments through the use of cloud technology reportedly took a toll on the development team, as well as caused the multiple delays.
And the most powerful weapon of all, me!
This feature was meant to allow 20 times the amount of processing power, but has ended up being incredibly challenging for Microsoft. It may or may not be good, but whether players will care at all at this point, especially given that it's releasing alongside 4 other major games on the same day, is a worry. Number 3. Trials Rising. The Trials series, while not the most complex, does offer fun and challenging physics-based gameplay as you try to get your dirt bike rider through various obstacles. Its simplicity is where it shines. A new game would be entirely welcome if it weren't for all the problems already surrounding it. During a closed beta for the game, some players took issue with the long load times and cosmetic, yet completely unnecessary, loot boxes. Also, the graphics were a bit more realistic, moving away from the zaniness of watching your ragdoll-like racer fall off his bike. All in all, it seems Ubisoft is trying to do too much with something that should be simple. Number 2. Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes.
Alright. Time to play ball.
It's not as if fans were clamoring for another entry in the No More Heroes franchise, but we'd still like to believe that Travis Touchdown deserves something deeper than this. The newest entry sees Travis sucked into a video game console where he must play his way through 6 various games. While it will offer co-op and a new top-down perspective, the simple swing your sword wildly gameplay is repetitively uninspired to say the least. I mean, just look at this. It already seems like it's a shoo-in for our worst of 2019 list.
Take one more step, and you're dead.
Number 1. Anthem. From the troubled BioWare and the controversial EA, the companies behind Anthem are some of the biggest reasons to worry. BioWare's reputation has taken a hit over recent years, and the fact that a lot of major employees have left the company since the development began could be a sign for the worse. Then there's EA's plan to support the game for 10 years through frequent content updates, though Destiny should be enough proof that this can backfire.
Nice combo.
For a lot more reasons why we're worried, we'd recommend you go check out How Did EA Ruin BioWare over on Mojo Plays. There are just so many more reasons why we're not ready to jump into a javelin suit just yet.
But with the power of the Anthem at my fingertips, I will end all this needless suffering.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.